Well, welcome everyone. That's a fun event to attend. My name's Robert Massey. I'm the president of the Milwaukie City Council. Gosh, when I heard all those people outside the door trying to get in, I thought that they may have mistaken this for a Taylor Swift concert or something. But it's even better than that. It's a swearing in of our new police chief. So what I want to do is invite Ryan and our city attorney to come up and to administer the oath of office.
You take the microphone. They want to hear you, not me.
Okay.
If you would please raise your right hand and repeat after me. First, we will administer the oath of office. I, Ryan Burdick, do solemnly swear
I, Ryan Burdick, do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States of America and the Constitution and laws of the state of Oregon,
that I will support the Constitution of the United States of America, the Constitution and laws of the state of Oregon,
the laws and ordinances of the city of Milwaukie, and the rules and regulations of the Milwaukie Police Department,
the laws and ordinances of the city of Milwaukie, and the rules and regulations of the Milwaukie Police Department,
and that I will perform the duties of the office to which I have been appointed in and for the city of Milwaukie,
and that I will perform the duties of the office to which I have been appointed in and for the city of Milwaukie,
according to the law and to the best of my ability. So help me God.
according to law and to the best of my ability, so help me God.
Next, we will administer the oath of honor. Please repeat after me. On my honor, I will never betray my badge, my integrity, my character, or the public trust.
On my honor, I would never betray my badge, my integrity, my character, or the public trust.
I will always have the courage to hold myself and others accountable for our actions.
I will always have the courage to hold myself and others accountable for our actions.
And I will always uphold the Constitution, my community, and the agency I serve.
And I will always uphold the Constitution, the community, and the agency I serve.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
And now,
Well, that's just a few words, but there's a lot of detail in there. To do this job right, I know Ryan's gonna fulfill all of those, that oath and the values that Milwaukie holds dear. So at this point, I'd like to ask Rachel to come up and join us. Rachel is going to pin on the badge and the rank insignia. Thank you, Rachel. And Chief, that's definitely a good look. Let me now ask our city manager, Emma Sager, who is on the big screen there to join us in a few remarks.
Thank you, Council President. Can everyone hear me okay? Wonderful. Well, good evening, everyone. My name is Emma Sager. I'm Milwaukee's acting city manager, and I'm absolutely thrilled to be here today as we swear in Ryan Burdick as the next police chief of the Milwaukie Police Department. I really wish I could be there in person. I'm out of state, unfortunately, because of a death in the family, but I wouldn't have missed this occasion for the world. And I'm so grateful for the chance to be with you virtually, to beam in like Star Trek. It's so cool that we get to do this. I want to, first give a little introduction to Ryan. I assume everyone who's there knows the guy, probably came along because you love the guy, but I still got to do the kind of typical biographical highlights. So Ryan grew up locally and attended Lake Oswego High School. He has a wonderful wife, Rachel. We all just witnessed pin the stars on his lapel. And according to Tony Cheragino, if you ask Ryan how long he and Rachel have been married, he will say an eternity. But in reality, it's been 24 and a half years, wonderful years. Ryan was hired by the Milwaukie Police Department in January of 2002. He has served the city of Milwaukie for 22 years. He has served in detectives as a patrol sergeant for about 10 years and as detective sergeant, and he was promoted to our operations captain in 2019. He has a BA in accounting from Western Oregon. He served 3 years active duty in the Army and then 3 years in the National Guard. And he's a graduate of the Southern Police Institute's Administrative Officers course at the University of Louisville in Kentucky. And of course, this is the moment when my computer says, "Oh, Emma, you're running low on battery. So give me 1 second to just plug in." I thought this power cord worked, but I guess it didn't. Okay. Presto change-up. We're all good. All right, the biographical stuff aside, now I get to brag about Ryan. I have had the pleasure of working with Ryan for almost a year, and I can truly say that it has been a pleasure since day one. Ryan was one of the warmest colleagues that I met as I got that whirlwind tour on my first day during the city orientation. And then he reached out to me several times as I was learning the ropes to check in on how I was doing, offer a helping hand, and share encouragement. And over the time we've worked together, I've seen Burdick's numerous other terrific qualities on display each day. So that's why I was so thrilled when our previous city manager, Ann Ober, came over to my office at the end of the chief recruitment process. And she said, "Hey, I'm planning to make the offer to Ryan. Do you have any concerns before I do that?" And I really did not have to even think for a second before saying absolutely none. And that's for a lot of reasons. Ryan embodies all of the qualities that you'd want in a police chief. He is steady, he is compassionate, he's a strong leader, he's loyal, he has great integrity, and he's whip smart. And during my brief tenure leading the finance department, we often joked that our accountant, Captain Ryan, was an extended part of team finance at Milwaukie. So that intelligence really comes in handy, especially during budget season. But more than all of those traits, and trust me, I could keep going and going, the number one thing that came to mind when Ann asked me that question was how much confidence I have in Ryan. Now, I haven't been in this acting CM role very long. I think exactly 18 and a half hours. But I'm pretty sure the most important thing a city manager needs when it comes to a police chief is confidence. Confidence that they're in the profession for all the right reasons, confidence in their judgment and their decision-making, confidence in their ethics and their heart, and confidence that they will always do the right thing. Ryan, I have so much confidence in you. And I'd love to briefly just share a few examples of where that confidence comes from. One of my earliest memories working with Ryan was at last year's Pride celebration. I was new to this city, and I'll be honest, I was a little surprised, but very pleasantly so, to see so many members of the police at that community event. I left that afternoon just so validated that Milwaukie is a special place that walks its talk of values of inclusivity and equity. Ryan hung out with me at the welcome booth, making sure that everyone who showed up at that event knew that our city staff and our police appreciated their presence in our town, and he built critical relationships on that trust. From this experience, I developed tremendous confidence in Ryan's commitment to community engagement. The second example I want to talk about comes from Christmas time last year when, with Luke and Ann out of town, Ryan, Tony, Mark, and many others and I had to navigate the release of body-worn camera footage for the first time. While I always try to give off the air of being cool, calm, and collected, the truth is I was anxious as heck. And every call with that team under the leadership of Ryan, who was in the acting chief capacity at that time, reassured me that we were doing this right because we were doing it with transparency as our North Star. Ryan and Tony kept me updated, they led with assuredness, and they executed everything brilliantly, garnering accolades for the department's quick work and openness. For this experience, I developed huge confidence in Ryan's integrity. And the final story I want to share was about the day we had to evacuate City Hall a few months ago due to a bomb threat. Ryan was on the scene in a flash, directing his team while also calmly managing the dozens of concerned City Hall staffers as they left the building. The minute I heard the words, "Burdick's in charge," my blood pressure lowered because I knew we were in the best of hands. Throughout the entire event and during the debriefs afterwards, Ryan proved how competent he is as a situation manager and a seasoned police professional. From this experience, I developed deep confidence in Ryan's steady leadership. I know for you, Ryan, these were all just days at the office, but to me, they were true portraits of leadership. We are all so lucky that you've chosen to build your career in Milwaukie and dedicate your skills to keeping this community safe. I will do everything that I can to support you in this new role, and I am so happy that you are our next police chief. Thanks, everyone.
Would you like to say something?
So thank you everyone for coming tonight. I'll try and make this pretty quick. So thank you, Council, City Manager Sager, and all my family and friends. First and foremost, I just want to say thank to each and every one of you for being here tonight. I'm deeply honored to step into this new role as the next Chief of Police. As Chief, my foremost priority will be to ensure the safety and well-being of every member of our community, to foster community trust, transparency, and collaboration, and to serve the public as best we can. I believe strongly in the power of community policing, building strong relationships and partnerships, engaging with people where they are, and working together to solve problems in our community. To be successful, this requires all of us working together, learning from one another, to discuss problems openly and with transparency. And I also know that this requires a strong team effort. I'm incredibly fortunate to have the opportunity to work alongside the very best, a dedicated team and workforce that are the best public servants around. My goal is to continue the good work of those that have come before me, to maintain and build the high standard of community trust that has been established, and to lead the truly exceptional officers that work at the Milwaukie Police Department. I'd also be remiss if I did not mention some of the people to whom I am indebted to. I am grateful for the mentorship, guidance, and support that I've received over the years, and that I'm surrounded by some amazing family and friends. I was extremely lucky growing up to have an amazing family. I had the best parents a person could ask for, and I had a big sister that always looked out for me. And I was also very fortunate in college to meet my wife, Rachel, about 25 years ago. And Rachel really wanted to come up here and talk, but I'm gonna limit it. If you've been around law enforcement, you know it's a team sport. It requires a large family commitment, shift work, overtime, court, late hours, the phone call that comes at your Valentine's dinner when you're an on-call detective. Those are all things that come up. Rachel also sometimes and occasionally has heard me talk about work over the years. And she's always patient and just a great listener. Her support's been amazing, and I'm very fortunate to be married to one of the best wives around. I was also fortunate in my career to have some great mentors and to work with some amazing leaders. From my time in the Army to my time here in Milwaukie, both past, present, and future. I don't think people really realize how many talented people have worked at Milwaukie and have done this incredibly complex job. Former Chief Bartol, Chief Strait, Ann Ober are just a few of the people that have spent time in the city and make it look so easy when it's not. And I'd also be remiss not to mention some of the current leaders of Milwaukie that are just outstanding. City Manager Emma Sager, Captain Cheragino, Captain Greg Elkins. They're some of the best people I know, and Milwaukie is fortunate to have people like them that serve the city. In closing, I just want to say thank you all for being here tonight, for your trust, your support. I'm truly grateful. I'm excited and honored to serve in this new role, and I look forward to the journey ahead. Thank you.
This is always a fun event, and it's especially fun when you have someone like Ryan who has been chosen to lead our police department. And gosh, you've heard it all. He's the full package, and we're very fortunate and grateful that Milwaukie has him. Welcome to your new job.